Welcome to our show, Geeks Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things. I'm your host, Bill, and we have the host, Anthony.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
No. It's good night.
Ah, yes. And you can reach us by emailing us at geeksarewired@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail or a text message at 801-896-4335. That's also 801-896-GEEK. You also can help us support us on Patreon at patreon.com/geeksarewired, where you get access to the podcast early. Dun-dun-dun. And on to the news for this wonderful episode of 439, which we will name when I publish it, unless we come up with something better between now and the end of the recording.
What are we talking about first?
We are talking about
That one. That one. So, I'll let... Yeah, go into it. Go for it.
So, welcome to... This has been... It happened a little over a week ago, a little bit of information. But welcome to 2021, where more than 3 billion user credentials online have been leaked.
Oh no, example@example.com's been leaked.
Oh no.
I'm not sure I want to put my real email in here.
Here, put in geeksarewired@gmail.com. And then you can see what we got. If we have any leaks.
There's no leaks.
Yay! We'll get into reasons why that might actually be useful for me.
Let me see if my work email's been leaked.
That is interesting, actually. I would have expected information to still be leaked because... So, with this, there is so many that if everyone only had one account, like 70% of the people that are on the internet, their information got leaked. And the thing about so many people usually so many people using 1Password on everything, not the service, but actually using only a single password on everything.
It's because people can't remember stuff. Like, I can't.
Yeah, oh no, I don't.
Without a password manager, I'd be done.
Yeah, I'm so glad I picked one up. We'll get into that in a moment.
Which, password managers, like, they're great, but there's also, like, a single point of failure with them.
Depends.
Which is scary.
No, not always. Not always single point. That's why you make sure your password manager has dual authentication.
Does LastPass support that?
Yes.
For free?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I had to think about that for a moment. Yes.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a moment. But there's a lot of information out there when we'll get into password managers in a moment, but this information is just another round of tons of information that's been leaked out there, whether it's maliciously or not, whether people are just like, hey, come on, fix things. But it's a lot of information now, and that's why even just having two-factor authentication is a good thing.
Yeah. Like, if you can set it up, unless it's SMS. Though it's better than nothing.
Correct.
It's still, like, it's one of the easiest ones to circumvent.
It is, but usually you don't have to worry about it unless you are expecting to be a high target. Like, people aren't going to try to clone your phone or take over your SMS messages unless you're Bezos or the president or somebody that is a target that is worthwhile. If you're a normal person that does normal things, nobody probably cares about you. And it's a lot of work just to get you for little payoff. But getting Bezos's access to his security, lots of payoff. Getting access to mine, minimal payoff. Like, a lot more money and work than it's worth.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Yes. Well, text is better than nothing.
Yeah, no, but what I mean, what I was going on off of was, yes, people who don't have, sorry, this noise is very distracting.
Oh,
I don't know what it is, but that's fine. If you go after a lot of small fish,
true.
you're more likely to probably get more money without getting caught. Whereas if you go after Bezos, good luck. Because, yeah, you might get his money, but you're going to have a whole bunch of people after you.
I can see that.
Because he has the money to actually pursue it. So.
Yeah. I could see something, possibly, yeah.
So, that's my 2 cents. So I just went through all my emails, and there's an email that I haven't used in forever, leaked.
Yeah.
Another email that I lost access to years ago, leaked.
Those are always fun. I actually ran into a Google one. I was even like, oh yeah, remember when Google was like, oh, we're going to shut down the stuff that isn't being used?
Mm-hmm.
I ran into 2 accounts. One I'm still, I gave like 2 bits of care about them. One of them I recovered the password. The other one I didn't try very hard. I tried even less. I think after trying a little bit on the first one, didn't recover. I was like, oh, I have some old accounts out there. Cool. Should probably shut those down, or at least
Well, I mean,
wrangle in.
if so, the account's gone. Is basically what you're getting at, right? So couldn't you just
I don't know
theoretically
if it's
remake
gone.
it? Oh,
No, I don't know. Well, the one actually I recovered. I just was like, oh yeah, here I set up because I had to set up the email. Since I had set up the backup email on it, I was able to recover it.
Oh, yeah.
The other one, I tried even less hard to try to recover it. I think after trying the one, it spent me like 15 minutes, and I was like, I don't think I care enough to try.
So it wasn't that it was deleted. It was that you couldn't get into it because you couldn't remember the stuff.
Immediately. For the second one, it was literally an immediate, like, try this password. Nope. Okay. I'll care about this later. Yeah, it was like, okay, so that's a thing. Yeah. Get rid of them.
Yeah, you're right. I need to mute. Muted. But then.
Oh yeah, the passwords. Okay,
Yes.
so dual authentication, getting all that set up. Make sure you have backup things. Make sure, well, I guess with that too, what's nice about having your email backup sent off, so you have your emails kind of connected to each other. Yes, that means they are all tied to each other in some way, shape, or form. But that also means when somebody tries to log into your account, you get a notification. When somebody tries to reset your account, you get a notification.
Yeah. And like if you use Gmail, they have this feature where if you anything like at the end of your email address, like the username part of it.
I found out MSN, Microsoft as well.
Oh, nice. But if you put a plus sign and then anything else after that, it'll still go to your main email.
Well, okay, so this is like Geeks Are Wired plus National Park Pass at gmail.com.
Yeah. That'll still go to geeksarewired@gmail.com. And the reason why you'd want to do that is because if it gives, like, if your email got leaked a bunch recently, or like if you, like, someone, like,
Or sold it.
for something like this, yeah, it got sold or leaked somehow, you know where it came from, and you can just block that email.
Yep.
And you won't get information anymore.
So I also found out something else. Doesn't work everywhere. That plus.
Yeah.
There are places that will call that not a good email.
Yeah, I've come across that a few times.
Yeah, so it works in lots of places. It does not work in all the places. But it's the same thing as like when you have to give out your address. If you're not in an apartment complex, but you're actually in a house, you can put apartment numbers on it. And it's still going to show up to your house. So and then if you, depending on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you could like, oh, here's our address. Apartment A, apartment 1. And you know who you gave which sub group under to. And you know, so when that information starts rolling in, that's how I heard that the DMV doesn't just sell your information to insurance companies, but they also sell it off to, well, maybe the insurance companies are the one who sold it then too, but the DMV, this address that only the DMV ever received, he was receiving junk mail under.
Really?
Yes. So there's ways to, but it's a lot of work to do this sometimes. But once again, password managers, sometimes you can set that stuff up. You can have it create not only passwords, but also all these other security things behind these protective walls out there. Now, with that, I guess we could go into...
I wish I could check more stuff besides just my email.
Isn't there like, have I been pwned, and you can actually type in your password?
I think that does exist.
So, okay, which one were you just using right now? Let's put them in the show notes.
It was the one that was linked to the article.
Oh, hey, look at that. And then, haveibeenpwned.com, is that it?
Yeah, but pwned is spelled Pwned. Like, you know, how pwned is spelled.
Well, I'm going to put it in the show notes so people can click on it if they want to.
Oh, this one's just emails.
I felt like there was one that...
Oh, wait, no, passwords.
So which one were you clicking on from the article?
So scroll to the top. All the way to the top. Okay,
Well,
scroll back down.
Is that one? No.
No, scroll down a little. All you need to do is head to this link.
Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, it's from Cyber News. Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm going to use an old password on here that I know has been leaked. Sure enough, it has. This password has been seen 7 times.
Only? Wow.
Oh, I used to use it all over the place. So.
That's what I was saying. Only. I have one of those that...
I wish it would tell me where.
on so Have I Been Pwned is working with 1Password. It is one of the many, many password managers out there. And, you also can link an API to it if you want to.
Oh.
And notify you. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, so with that, 1Password I think is... Can you get that one for free at all?
What?
1Password.
One password. Try for free. Pricing.
There you go. Yes.
Personal and family. I don't know why I went to teams and businesses first. No. There's no free.
How much
But
is billed annually for personal?
3 a month.
Oh.
But it's billed annually.
Scroll down. It's really it, isn't it? I expected actually a common, total.
There's a family one for 5 a month. Wait. Per family, yeah, 5 a month. Billed annually.
Which is worth it if you literally have one other person. So
Yeah.
there is no free version of that. And
There's a 14-day trial.
yes. So LastPass has a lot of the same features as 1Password. What's the other popular ones that are...
Nord has one. NordVPN, they have a one. It's kind of weird though, and I forgot it was a thing actually. But
there's quite a few of them out there. So LastPass, Dashline.
yeah, there's a lot out there, but a lot of them either only work with desktop or they only work with. I think most of them, if they have a iOS app, they have an Android app, and vice versa. But
Yeah, like it usually just
there's also
LastPass, Password One, they have everything where it ties together. It works with your desktop. It works with your mobile.
I don't know. In the mobile one, I've had a hard time with it updating. Like
Which one?
KitKat for LastPass, it cached a password that I changed for like 5 days.
Oh.
And there's no way for me to get it to update besides like deleting the app and reinstalling it. So that was a thing. But as far as other like there's built-in password managers for your browser, I would recommend not using that, but it's better than nothing.
Okay, but if
then
you
there's also,
do use those, you make sure to have the security behind them. Like Google's can be good. You just need to make sure to have a password on your
synced stuff.
Yeah, on your browser and all this stuff. So something, yes, it sucks. You have to type it in every time, but you only have to remember one password.
Well, you don't have to type it. You only have to type it in when you sign in for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Which means that even if someone gets your main password for your Gmail account, as long as they don't have that synced password, they can't access like that kind of stuff. They can still access like your Gmail account, but they won't be able to access the syncing stuff. There's also, for if you're just completely Apple, which I'm nearly almost completely Apple, but there's also the built-in keychain stuff that gets synced between your Macs and your iOS devices, so that's a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, the only downside to that is like if you have a Windows or Android devices that you also use, you're not getting that information over there.
There is Windows, actually, too.
Windows has something like that?
Windows actually has where they use your fingerprint or your face recognition.
Is it built in?
It can, if you have a laptop or a computer that has the correct hardware. I'm pretty sure it's more laptops than desktops. So which means it has a Microsoft approved camera. It has a Microsoft approved fingerprint scanner. Then you can use these actually what's nice about it is you can use that instead of a password. So it stores, it'll send whatever it needs, but it will log you in.
And this works for websites and not just like logging into your computer.
Correct.
Okay. So is that? I mean, that's the same idea as like getting a password manager on your phone. Because you can have it make it to where you have to put the password in every time, but you can also put it behind like a fingerprint or a facial recognition too, depending on what your device supports. Maybe neither, but I think you can at least do like a simplified passcode.
And what's also nice about Microsoft's is their security app is also, you can log into places passwordless. It will send a notification to whatever device you want to, or whatever device is logged in with it, asking for permission, like, hey, you're logging in. What is the number? Well, we give you 3 numbers. Do any of these numbers match what is on your screen? And then you have to fingerprint approve or face scan approve, depending on your app. Which is also interesting because technically it kind of sucks. I have been getting some notifications going like somebody's trying to log into my account. I'm like, deny. Like, that's just as simple as it goes. But
on your Google account?
No, my Microsoft.
Oh.
Because like I said, they don't need a password. They can go, log in without the password.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I got a notification. Somebody wants to log into my account. I am not around my computer. Nope. Denied. And Microsoft monitors it and blocks it and whatever else they're going to do. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened.
Will you also get a... Here, let me try this. So, live.com.
Or office.com.
Or office.com. And then... Yeah, I'll let you do it so you don't... Oh, that'll work.
But you can just type it in and...
Can you move it over here?
All right.
It'll be easier for me to see.
We're doing the test. So, but yeah, so you're able to just type it in.
I'll have you know it took me a crazy amount of willpower not to say that out loud while I was typing
understand. It took me a little moment too. Just like, I'm just going to type it up.
So you got a notification now, right?
Yeah.
All I did was type in your email.
Yeah, I got a notification. And then, so you're going like, hey, so somebody that knows my real Microsoft email could type it in. And I can either match it up or I can just go Deny. Oh,
Request denied.
I have never seen it denied.
Click next to send another request.
Ooh.
That's so the downside to this is
What if I wonder how many times?
someone could just spam you.
Does it let you do it a third time?
I already clicked next.
I denied it a second time. I don't see a third one.
Interesting.
But also, I'm curious if it'll die itself out. And you can also try the password, but
Yeah.
that is definitely... Huh. Also, I'm wondering if it's going to let you because you're on the IP that all my stuff is signed in through right now anyways.
Did you get another one?
I am not seeing one.
Oh, that looks like they built that in then to stop you from getting spammed. That's good.
But I also can I can open up the app. Oh, come on.
Yay, in-screen fingerprint readers.
Yeah, usually it's not so bad. Oh. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it did show up.
Is that the... Yeah, that is the right one.
Oh, this will be the last one.
See if it does it.
Oh, it's not showing up.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything immediately.
All right, I'm done. That was fun.
That was interesting. But then also, I think the first one I ignored. The second one, like the first one I just literally just walked away from. And the second time I got, I said deny. So now I know if it gets spammed, just swipe it away and ignore it.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
But it is really useful. So along with that, though, is... So with the authenticators, I really, really like... For dual authenticators, I really, really like Authy. Because...
Oh, I forgot about Authy.
Yeah, Authy's awesome because it can be on multiple devices. So it's on my iPad, it's on my phone. It can be on via multiple phones.
Do you have dual authentication for your Authy?
I do.
How does that work?
Well, I guess it's not. So I guess I have fingerprint, and then it asks me every once in a while, "Hey, remember what your password is." So there is a possible flaw in my wonderful plan because I don't know what my Authy password is. It is stored in my... Well, actually, no, there's not a flaw in this. It is stored in my LastPass. LastPass, this is where we go with dual authentication for LastPass. LastPass has dual authentication.
Is it inside Authy?
No, it will not actually let you add Authy. That is one of them that they do not have.
Huh.
And
Curious.
so there is...
Well, what I thought you were going to say is it was an Authy, and so theoretically...
I could lock both of them up.
Yeah, you could
really
lock yourself
hardcore.
out.
Yes. No, it'll let you use, I think, Okta. Is it Okta? Let's see, is that the right one? Yeah, I think it's an Okta it'll let you use. It'll let you use Google, which I haven't had a Google Authenticator actually since I have an Android phone, I don't need the authenticator, it just goes to my phone. So I get a pop-up, it's built in, I just get the pop-up on my phone as long as I've turned it on. So I don't need the Google Authenticator anymore. And then
the Google Authenticators burn me a lot.
Yeah.
Because if your phone dies, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it gets stolen or something, like, because unless you backed up that like QR code or whatever you scanned to set it up for the first time, which no one ever does, you're not getting back in. Because that's the only way to get the authenticator set up again.
Oh, apparently you can have the LastPass authenticator, which I was like, I don't want to install another authenticator.
Curious.
So the free ones you get without having to pay. So that's it, and that's something we're gonna get to in a moment.
Oh man, they have Duo,
LastPass, Google, and Microsoft. Once you pay, you can use Toffer, Duo, and Grid.
Oh, so you don't get Duo for free?
No, I guess that was part of the free group. Yes, you're right. Toffer, Duo, and Grid are the free one. The multi-factor premium is the fingerprint sensor and card reader, which is a piece of physical hardware, along with US, and then Yubico or YubiKey, another physical USB device that generates one-time key code. And then for enterprise, there's Salesforce.
Interesting.
I thought the fingerprint smart code was also part of the Microsoft one, but I don't know. Either way, so I use Microsoft's. The thing that sucks about that is it is only on my phone. That I can't when you set up Dual Authenticator, so the Microsoft app itself will work on multiple devices.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get notifications on my iPad, on my phone. The LastPass only works on my phone. It won't work on my iPad. It doesn't share all of the... It's kind of weird. That's why I like Authy a little bit better. Because
I'm confused.
Yeah, I know. It's probably just their built-in stuff. But Authy has online backup, all this other stuff. What brings us to LastPass again is LastPass had a fairly robust, free system. You link all your passwords between your phones, your computers, your everything, as long as you logged in. Starting March, the free one, you were saying, only gets to updated from one thing?
Yeah. So what from what I've read, and granted I only had like 5 to 10 minutes to look into this,
Wow.
but basically for the free tier, you could access it from as many devices as you wanted, but you could only upgrade it, you can only manage it, i.e. edit, update, add from one type of device. Not necessarily one device, but one type. So that means desktop or mobile. I don't know why they're limiting it in that fashion. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because a lot of people use both.
Yes.
Like I do that for both. So.
See, the way because the way this article is going is it's using their passwords from Windows, Mac, and Linux desktop, or be able to use their passwords from Windows, Mac, and Linux desktops and laptops, the LastPass browser extension, and Windows tablets. Oh, that'll be subscription. Okay. And it's March 16th. It's actually not March 1st.
Yeah, and you only get the option. The only that part's fine. Like it's annoying, but it's okay. The annoying part though is that you can only switch categories 3 times.
Period?
Mm-hmm. That's what this article makes it look like.
Wow. So you can only view and manage passwords on one category of devices, mobile or computers.
That's what it sounds like, yeah. But
So it's not just update, but it's...
no, I think you can view on your other stuff.
This one says allow users to view and manage.
Well, yeah, but... oh, yeah.
This'll...
Wait, click on that as adding new... Or I can do it
That
too.
says Actually, I did see their newsletter.
It's the same article I read too. It's The Verge.
Oh, there's also the one from LastPass.
Yay, log me in. They ruin everything. Is what I've been told. Okay, here's an example. To further clarify what we mean by active device types, we've included 2 examples below. Sarah is a LastPass free with computers as their active device type. They can use LastPass on their laptop, desktop, and their dad's laptop, anyone's computer, but they can't use LastPass on their phone, tablet, or smartwatch unless they upgrade to LastPass Premium or Families for unlimited device type access. Second example. Steve is a LastPass free user with mobile devices as their active device type. They can use LastPass on their personal iPhone, work-issued Android phone, tablet, smartwatch, but they can't use LastPass on their desktop or laptop unless they upgrade.
All right.
So never mind. It's even more restrictive than I thought it was.
Yeah. So it is. It is not just update, but also use. So you either get it on your mobile devices or you get it on your computers after 16th.
Yeah, that's worse than I thought it was.
That's the way I'd read it, which I have liked them. I have been on their free plan for years, and I wasn't actually even needing a reason to upgrade. but I did. I think I got like a 50% off plan back into December for a year. It wasn't really that expensive. It was, which this is the fact that they actually still have a fairly decent setup for, if you use iPads and your cell phone more than your laptop or your desktop, it makes sense. Like if I didn't have a laptop, I could easily see somebody using this without having to pay still. It's the fact that when you start mixing the two there's plenty of people, but it's still not bad. Like I guess I'm paying less than if I got the 50%, and you pay annually. So I thought I paid 30. I don't know, maybe I paid less. But it's $3 a month. So it's basically $36 a year, which is not terrible. It's a little bit more than some of the others, it looks like.
Yeah.
Because they were $2 a month. This is $3, and the other one was $5 for the family, though. So it was wasn't it 2 and 5, or was it 2 and 4?
For which one?
For
One Pass. Well, it's gone. I think you're right, though. It's similar.
But yeah, they're similar. They work out.
I'm thinking of switching over to Bitwarden personally.
Oh, it's 4.
Nope.
And nope. Oh yeah.
It always, for some reason, every single one of these that I've clicked on is defaulted to Teams and Business.
So it's 3 and 5. So it is comparable for the single person, but it is an extra $1 for the family package.
Yes. And then for Bitwarden, which is what I'm thinking about switching to, it's free. Like, you get free. You also have the premium account, which is less than $1 a month, i.e. it's only $10 a year. And then the family is $333 a month, which is $40 a year. And I'm not sure which is which, but I do know that if you're into it, you can get an enterprise one for $5 a month, and then you can even have self-hosting.
Well, if you're going to go with that, then you just do stuff like KeyPass, where you host it in like in a secure cloud one, or locally, whatever. I guess that, because there's ways around this. So there's still free stuff out there. But, so them charging, though, I looked at this going, this made sense to me. That's why I hopped onto it. And I like them. I want to support them. And you can, a gigabyte of encrypted file storage, which is, I think, about what I get with my OneDrive. I don't know how much I also have an encrypted section of my OneDrive. If you pay for Microsoft Office / OneDrive, you get an encrypted drive. Actually, it might be 5 gigs.
Bitwarden doesn't give you 2-factor authentication for the free one.
Interesting. Should we just, bring you into our family plan with 6 premium licenses?
No. Because I feel like you'd have access to all of it, and I would have access to your stuff.
Oh. Well, I think there's like a shared password grouping, and then there's the...
Yeah, knowing me, I'd mess something up.
Oh.
And add everything to the wrong one. Or you would too, because you do that with Trello. Stuff gets lost because you add it to the wrong board.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. Password managers. Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
How much I get in OneDrive.
I've never really thought about why you would like. What's a good use case for encrypted files?
Your taxes.
Fair enough.
something you actually. I mean,
Like, is it easily shareable with people? Because that might be another reason too.
or it's your personal vault. So your personal. Oh, and they are not joking around with their personal vault. Like, you want access to it, you need to. So you can't just like walk. You can't just like, oh, here's my password. Like, I'm just always logged into it. No, it's like, all right, thank you. Now give us your authentication code, either using the app, or the code we sent to your email or SMS. You then have access for. I'm not even sure. I know if you stop using it, at least for so long, it will lock itself up. If you walk out of it, it'll lock itself up. Which it's secure. It's good. Yeah, after a short period of inactivity, they go. I thought there was an actual time period on that.
I mean, there probably is. It's just not specified in here. Because this is just their, like, thing that tells you about it.
So if you have the free OneDrive with the 100 gig plan, you can try Personal Vault with a limited number of files. Its 360. Get a terabyte. What? No.
Let me backtrack something I said. It wasn't listed in their main feature set, but they do have two-factor for... Bitwarden's free does have two-factor.
Oh, nice.
It just wasn't listed in the original stuff for some reason.
So OneDrive, I mean, you get 200 gigs of
Maybe
secure.
There's a self-host option for free too. Anyways. Sorry, say that again.
No, it's an add-on still.
Oh.
It doesn't actually say how much. I thought it was limited how much space it had.
Maybe it's in there.
No, that's the increment of how much you want to go past your terabyte up to a second terabyte, which Microsoft used to just give. It was called Terabyte Unlimited Plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever went over your terabyte, you just call them up like, yep, okay, we fixed it. And they just like bump it up.
But it was something you had to ask for.
Yeah. It's something you had to a wall you actually had to run into, which people rarely ran into.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't run into it, I don't think. Well, depends. If I wanted to store all of my data that I have, I'd run into it easily, but there's only a certain amount of data that I actually care about if I were to lose it.
Yeah. But I like the OneDrive. It works well. Plus, if you use it with Windows computers, it can actually, and I think Apple does this too, to a point, or at least somewhat. If you don't use a file for so long, it'll actually store it in the cloud. You see it, but it's not actually stored on your computer. So it can free up some space.
Apple does that with photos. I think it'll do that on the Mac, but only if you start running out of space. Because it won't start doing it unless you actually need the space. Because there's no point otherwise.
I know on the iPad, I told it to archive-ish, non-used apps.
Yeah. Like apps you don't use, it'll offload.
Yeah.
And I think it will do that on the fly. Like even if you have space, just because like if you haven't opened up an app in like 6 months, chances are you probably aren't going to open it.
Yeah. I've had to re-download a few of them a few times. Like, oh, I wanted to use that. Okay.
That could
happens.
bite you though. Because if you only open it up because you actually need it only 6 months.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I don't have that option enabled.
I'm thinking about disabling it because I'm worried that it might get me on one of my dual authenticators that is only on that.
Well, no. That's because it backs up the data too.
Okay, so it should still be okay.
Yeah, because you didn't actually delete it. It's just offloading it.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I guess I might find out here in a bit because I haven't opened up an app for quite some time. Or if it's smart enough to go, this is a dual authenticator. You get to stay.
You get to stay.
You're an exception. You get used once in a while, and that is your job.
Yeah, I'm sure the Apple apps are like that too. Like all of them. Well, maybe not iMovie or the big ones because, yeah, like if you haven't opened up your GarageBand in 6 months, you're probably really not going to open it up again.
Yeah.
Because you're not using it. Because, yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about anything else?
Yes.
Okay, what's next?
The pandemic
Oh, I haven't heard about this one.
has been amazing for fitness trainers, which you would think wouldn't really be a thing until you go to YouTube and Google that. So fitness trainers or personal trainers, all that, they, for the most part, were at the mercy of, unless they started up their own business, they were at the mercy of the business that they worked for.
Mm-hmm.
Or they were PE coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks to the pandemic and the interwebs, many of them have started making, and there's so many of them out there. I saw somebody pop up early. Some of them have dropped off. Some of them kept going. Some of them have refined their process and really done really well. But a lot of personal trainers have been like, hey, I have knowledge. Why don't I put this on YouTube and share it and get it out there? And they are actually able to like set up Patreons or set up all these other things and get people to start paying into them. There's others where it also opened up to additional places, like even Plant Fitness now has a digital virtual streaming thing. You also have all these other companies that came up and you're able to subscribe to them. So it actually opened up a lot for personal trainers for more than just specific gyms or small chunks of gyms.
Apple has their own too.
Yeah. So there's
Which I totally forgot about till just now.
yeah, there's just so many, there's tons of options, tons of things out there. And this has actually been something that has helped an industry that was kind of felt like it was a little stuttery or whatever, or like at the mercy of
Like just fitness in general.
yeah, well personal
'cause
trainers.
Think
Yeah,
about it. Like who sponsored the New Year's Eve show last year? Okay, by last year I mean the 2021.
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
It was Planet Fitness.
Oh, hey.
You don't remember that?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
It was all over. Like there's a bunch of purple. I was over here when I watched it with you. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I have a bad memory. I wasn't expecting that to be the thing I remembered. All right.
Everyone has unique things they remember.
Yep. That just tell that to my bedtime.
Wait, you were
brain.
here for 2021?
Hmm?
You were here at the 2021? Did we have a thing?
No, not for 2021. For 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was over a year ago. I was like, yeah, you were here at 2020, but I didn't think we had anybody. I didn't
Was
think
I?
we did. Yeah, you were here for 2020.
2021?
2020, not 2021. Nobody was here for 2021, I thought. We didn't do anything for 2021.
All right, yeah, because I didn't think I was, and I thought you were saying I was.
No, that's why I was confused. I was like, wait.
All
So
right.
now so
We
you're meaning
confused
the
each other.
2019 to 2020.
Yes, the
Year
2020 New Year event.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're actually supposed to. No, I'm going to call it 2020 because the glasses said 2020.
Yes.
So that we're going
Sticking
with that.
with that. That works.
Whereas this year, if they probably existed, it would have said 2021.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
Did
Plant
they?
Fitness has been doing well. Like before the pandemic, Plant Fitness was actually putting gyms out of business. Plant Fitness was the gym.
They were the Walmart of the gym world.
Yeah. They had they
Which-
basically figured out how to make it cheap, simple, and what people
Before that,
most of them
Gold's
want.
Gym was that way too,
Well,
to a point.
they there's been stuff in industries and all that. Gold's Gym, World Gym, Gold's and World have been major supporters from like Schwarzenegger, Stallone, well, especially Gold's, and that obviously the big get enough money, be in the right places.
And then Gold's
Do
had
things.
financial troubles during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Whereas I think Planet Fitness was okay because, yeah, I don't know.
Plant Fitness had enough. They were cheap enough. I think they ran. There was talk that they might file for bankruptcy. There was some questionableness, but they also ended up doing a lot of the YouTube videos and they stopped the subscriptions. They stopped charging. I admit to cancel your subscription is kind of one of the biggest pains in the butt. And even with their current thing,
I'm probably still paying for it, to be honest,
I
because I
am.
forgot about it.
I am, but I'm feeling. I think I feel okay. It's not too expensive. I was paying like $50 a month. I'd be a
Like
little more
Gold's?
frustrated. Yeah.
Actually, no, Gold's is way more than that.
Either way, I
don't like Gold's.
yeah, I'm paying an okay price for what I'm getting, or I guess not getting right now.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, you're paying a good price for what you're getting,
Yeah,
or what you would be getting. You could get it if you wanted, but I don't blame you.
but yeah. So to cancel them, you have to go in or you have to write them. Like it's a absolute
It's
pain.
better than Gold's, because I'm getting like Gold's is like that too, but it's actually even worse. Like,
Because you're
trying
under
to-
a contract.
well, it's not even that. Like, even if you're not, it's so hard to cancel. Like, they will. There's just like, that was the one reason why, like, I was thinking about signing up with them a couple of years ago, and then I read about it, how people had just had nightmarish experiences on trying to cancel from them. And nope. So, yeah, I'm gonna check if I still have, because I know they stopped the subscriptions, but I think they started them back up.
They did. They started back up and they opened back up. So they have their normal thing. Then they have they also have something you can sign up is PF Plus, Planet Fitness Plus. You get to unlock exclusive workouts for $6 a month and take the Judgment Free Zone with you wherever you go. So the thing I dislike about it is I have their premium plan. I'm the 21 or whoever it is, right? The black card member instead of the classic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why don't I just get this? Why do I have to pay an additional $6 a month to get their
Oh, I see.
their online workout?
Yeah.
That's my only thing. I'm like, their crowd meter has gotten better.
Their what meter?
The crowd meter. They have like a little thing at the top. It's like, oh, how crowded is it? The
I
longest
didn't know
time
that.
it would set at 1%. When I kind of went back in, it reminds me of like when you look at it over the time. It reminds me when you look at Google's meter. It's like, oh yeah, it goes up, it goes down. But their crowd meter
They
was
go up, they go
terrible when it first came out. I was like, oh yeah, it's at 1%. I'm like, this gym is not big, but when you get like 10 or 20 people in here, it's definitely more full than 1%. So yeah, you can see where it's at. So obviously, if you want to go with our gym, if you want to go when like nobody's there, 2:00 in the morning, that is when you want to go.
Are they still open 24-hour?
When they first opened back up, they were not. At least our local one. They have now returned to 24 hours because they would actually close down to clean the machines.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they still clean the machines. Honestly, it makes sense. They cleaned the machines even before the pandemic. I'd actually see them like wipe down the machines and go around. So it makes sense. But so yeah, it's at 2:00 in the morning. Nobody's there.
Oh, I know what my problem is. Planet spelled with one N, isn't it?
Planet is spelled with one N. Correct.
Because I couldn't find my thing, and then I searched for it on my Mac, and I found it, but I couldn't find it in my app. I need to fix that.
That's actually okay. So that's something else I also learned with LastPass is if you have stuff that is being used on multiple, like has, like Reddit. If you're on like Reddit and Reddit GIFs uses the same password.
Yeah.
But they're two different websites. They're two totally different URLs.
Yes.
You can go in and say, these are related. Use them.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I found that not too long ago.
So
It was...
let me ask you this. You know how whenever you sign into
domain.
stuff, and it's like, do you want to add this here? And you have to click not now if you don't want it to. Is there a way to disable that for certain website domains?
Wait, can you say that again?
So let's say you sign in to...
Well, apple.com. Let's go with this.
Well, yeah, we'll just say something random. So apple.com. And this is the first time you signed in on it from LastPass.
Yeah.
And LastPass doesn't have it on there.
Mm-hmm.
You can either add it, because it'll ask you, do you want to add this or not now?
Yeah.
Let's say you don't want to ever add it. Because right now, for me, it's just... Huh? Click that.
Never URLs.
You
Yeah,
still
yeah, no,
have all
you
these
recognize
ones.
those. I got tired of being
This
told.
is the reason why I'm... Oh my gosh.
I know. This is exactly like these URLs in this list from when I used to work at the place that you work at. That is exactly why I think there's a way to do it, because I don't remember adding them on this page. I thought I told them, like, let's see here.
Because I Googled this forever and I could never find it because apparently it's not a thing for most people.
I need
Which makes sense.
some place I have never actually gone to.
Did your CAD meter have the same result?
3?
Yeah.
3. Yes. Trace.
I'm still paying for it.
Yeah.
Huh? Bye, Ball.
Oh, well. And then there's so never autofill, never add site, and then I have a never ask about.
Never auto log in.
Yeah.
For a site that you're never going to go to again.
Huh. That's weird that it's on there, actually.
You probably, when you added it, checked that because, for me, I have some websites that will auto log in because they defaulted to that and I haven't fixed them yet.
I don't know what the...
Top to P2 push.
Yeah.
Let me Google.
Well, I could always do it, too.
That works, too.
So, it was the...
One tap push.
Yeah, it is their authenticator.
Yeah.
LastPasses.
Interesting.
I guess that's not a terrible thing to have. Because LastPass can actually do quite a bit. So you get security, you get all this. I think where I was using certain authenticators, I didn't like any of theirs. I had somehow set up all at one point. But let me think of...
I don't know. Maybe I will end up just paying for it.
I recommend it. It is good.
Especially if Bitwarden doesn't have that feature that you just told me about. That literally probably just sold me on this.
I'm glad. We're like I said, we have had coworkers that loved not this one. What was the other one? I felt like I said another one.
There's Nord.
No.
Nord Password Vault or something. I don't know any other ones.
It's Dashlane. Pretty sure it was Dashlane. It was either 1Password or Dashlane.
I forgot about Dashlane.
I know people that despise LastPass that either like 1Password or Dashlane. It might be 1Password actually. This is always fun.
What's that?
Because I use a VPN.
You have to train the AI.
Yeah, I've got to look, yes. So if I...
Actually, it's less training the AI now. If you actually get it wrong, you'll have to keep doing it. Which is kind of infuriating because it always shows you street stuff. And it's like, press the squares where the street lights are. Well, do you include the little corner that it happens to go into or not?
All right, here.
I've learned that you don't.
Oh, there it goes. See, okay. So you can...
It's just the one thing that you haven't signed into.
I just created an account. I randomly Googled something.
Okay.
Did I...
Oh,
there. You can click on the little that little edit icon. I knew there was a way I've actually manually done this. And you can say...
You're joking.
Never save this site.
You're joking me.
No.
I'm going to try it.
I was like, I don't remember actually walking into LastPass and manually putting those in.
Let me just approve the request.
Yep. You just got to log in, do the things.
Do the things. All the things.
I'm actually going to have to go through and delete all those because I don't even access those web pages anymore.
No, you wouldn't. Unless you happen to have one set up locally for some stupid reason.
No. And then I'll just reset it again.
All right, let me...
You know how hard it is to find a website that or think of a website to log into that you've actually never gone to? That's what I do. I Googled the word purple and I picked something that had a login.
So did you just think up the word purple, or did you mean to look for purple mattress stuff?
No. I just thought of the word purple. Usually I think of orange.
Why purple? Oh. Okay.
I usually go orange.
I actually had the word orange in my head.
I usually do orange because I usually, when I'm doing, I tell somebody, especially if there's any internet issues, you search up a word that you don't normally search, and I'm like, orange. I'm like, I might have searched that recently. I feel purple now. Okay, that works. And yeah, purple mattress did pop up, and I was like, oh, yeah. So now you know, though. So it should pop up. Where's it popping up? It's not popping up.
Oh, you know what? Because I probably actually added it because I was so annoyed of it.
So click on. So you click on it once. Sometimes click on it a second time. And then.
Oh, I think it's because it has this. Let me try something else then. I have another option.
I also think I ended up I had to start learning to link them together because sometimes those they use the same password, so I want the same passwords.
That was actually more concerning. It's not that, it's the other one where it's you really shouldn't have this set up like this.
The edit icon. Yeah.
I almost clicked not now out of habit.
Yes. Done.
Now let's log out and try it again.
Should never ask you for it again.
Oh my gosh. You've changed my...
I have brought you over to the LastPass
I mean, maybe.
side.
So if I go to... Actually, I can just do this from here. Vault. Where did you find that? Advanced options?
Security dashboard.
Security dashboard. It's going to yell at me.
And then...
I have 100 passwords at risk? What? I'm going to have to look at that.
Oh, no. Sorry, not security dashboard. Account settings. Sorry. Just a little pop-up. And out at the top. They don't really look like tabs, but they're totally tabs at the top.
No, that makes sense. Apparently I have some in here already. Why is TV... why is that in there? What?
Wow.
How do I have all these in here?
You have quite a few in there that I would not have expected, I have to admit.
I have Facebook, Flowdoc,
yeah, no,
Kickstarter.
I know. You saw my list and you were like, yes. My entire list, you were like, I think I actually went through and went to all of these websites and told them. Once I figured it out one time, I was like, dun, 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 dun.
This just changes my life. Because you don't know how annoyed that got to me, because I always had to click not now.
Mm-hmm. Because it just sits there normal otherwise.
You know how on Windows, on Teams, you get a notification, it'll just flash?
Yeah.
And flash?
Mm-hmm.
And flash?
Yeah.
And flash?
Mm. No, I don't. Joking.
That makes my blood boil. It doesn't happen on a Mac. Guess what? I never open on Windows anymore.
Teams.
Yeah. Unless
I
have to use it for something.
The Action Center, I actually hide this a lot of the time. Actually, I'm kind of surprised I haven't hidden the entire icon completely.
I don't, because there are some times where... Because if you hide the icon, you can't access some of the settings that are conveniently in that button.
Yes, you can.
Okay, well, it's harder for me to access it if that's the case.
Windows A.
Windows what?
Windows A.
Windows what?
Windows button A.
A.
We're talking about all the cool things.
That doesn't work for me, you know why?
Because you have a Mac keyboard.
No, that's okay, yes, but that's not why. Because the RDP software I'm using, it redirects the common keys. So, if you do Command V or Command C, it'll actually replace that for Control C and Control V, because those are copy paste stuff. So it's doing the same thing with the A for Control All. So yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. I've learned so much stuff. Oh, you're just going to buy it now?
Ooh, it's an upgrade too, since I already have a single account.
Look at that.
Actually, I might do it tomorrow.
Why tomorrow? Why not? Why? Actually, the phrase I was going to use would actually agree with what you were doing, so never mind.
Why do today what can wait till tomorrow?
Why I do today what you can put off till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The procrastinator's motto. I need to look at those.
Actually,
things.
maybe I will just do it. Because I gotta pull out my credit card. I guess with that, we should probably wrap up the episode because we're over an hour. Anthony,
Yeah.
do you have any famous last words?
If you don't have a password manager, you should really get one.
Yeah.
I'm not partial to any. Well,
You're starting to become partial to LastPass.
I mean, yeah, just use a password manager. Whether it be your browser, probably don't use that, but it's better than nothing. Or
have security with it.
yeah, or have security with it, or your Mac, or Apple stuff, or your Windows stuff, or Android probably has something.
Yeah. It's part of the Google's version. The Chrome's. Same stuff
The
with
Googles and the Chromes.
The Chromes.
Yeah, so get a password manager, and then keep your master password safe. And enable two-factor. What are your words?
My famous last words are, when I die, I want to be cremated. It'll be my last chance to have a hot body.